Sports fans are gearing up at Interstate Sports, your home for officially licensed fan gear. We have jerseys, custom frames, team signs, draft tumblers, and more. For every sports fan's needs, visit interstatesportsgifts.com.
Welcome to Coach Hayes Football Live. He can talk about anything from high school to the pros. This guy knows the game, so you better not be half-stepping.
I can guarantee you most of the audience is going to agree with me before they agree with you.
Strap in, because Coach Hayes is about to
crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
Go ahead and
right here, right now.
Subscribe now and check out CoachHayesFootball.com.
What's up? What's up? What's up? This is Primetime Talk, episode 41. Colorado Buffaloes catch a L, 56-14. Washington State Cougars come out and dominate from the beginning. Let me know everything looks good, sounds good. LMV is already in the building. Let me know it's all good. So let's go ahead and get this thing rocking. I know you guys are super excited. You want to get it off your chest, so do I, because it is 2:20 in the morning here on the East Coast. Coach is feeling better, man. So we ready to rock and roll. I may sound bad, but I feel better. I had to be very honest with you. So let me go ahead. You can start getting on into the queue right now, 862-799-9956. And let's talk about it. Let's go ahead and look at this deal here. As we look at the final stats of this deal, Washington State Cougars have a total yardage 458 yards to Colorado's 255. Passing 342 to Colorado's 164. 116 yards rushing to Colorado's 91 yards per play. 7 yards per play versus 3.8 for Colorado. This is amazing. Total number of plays. Washington State has 65 total plays to Colorado 68, and the score is 56-14. I was scared. I have to be honest with you. I was scared that the defensive linemen that took back those 2 touchdowns were going to have more points than Colorado combined. Luckily, they ended up scoring at the end. Travis Hunter, excellent job by him on both of those catches to get him down. One was for the score. The other one was to get him down to 2 score. I'm telling you, he's a phenomenal football player, but I think he's a very dynamic wide receiver. He gave up a touchdown, so forth and so on. But overall thoughts of the game. Colorado wasn't prepared to play. They didn't look motivated to play. They didn't come out with any fire or spunk. Shedeur Sanders, unfortunately, for him, I just think he is beaten and battered. And I think he's had enough. He's a competitor to no end. I don't dispute that one bit. But I think he's had enough. He's had enough. Again, I don't want to call it stubbornness, but that's the only word I can think of right now. The stubbornness, because it's not the inability to run the ball. They can run the football. We were in the champagne room talking about it. They can run the football. They just refuse to run the football. They refuse to do it. On first down, they get 4 yards, 2nd and 6. Second down, they want to throw the ball. End up getting sacked. Now it's 3rd and 7. Now you got to throw the ball. It's just, I don't understand it, man. I don't understand. Is it because people are asking to run the football? Just like I'm asking to see Cavassier smoke, and they're like, you ain't going to tell me what to do? I don't know what to say. But we're not asking people to run trick plays. We're asking you to do one of the elements of playing football. Run the gosh darn ball. I am baffled. And of course, the running went way up because they had to play the second guy, Ryan Staub. So they ran the ball a lot more. But you got Savion Wilkinson with 49 yards, Dylan Edwards with 39 yards, and Anthony Hankinson with 31 yards. But Shedeur got minus 26 yards because of sacks. The dude was sacked 4 times in the first half. What are we doing? I'm not going to beat a dead horse about the offensive line is not good. Whatever. But I don't know why I care so much, though. I'm being honest. I think I care so much because I enjoy the game. But I told y'all, I'm not a Colorado fan. I'm a Coach Prime, but I'm not a Colorado fan. But I am a fan of these players, and you got to give them the best opportunity, bro. And if we're not, if you don't give them, I don't understand it, bro. I'm not saying you're going to win the game because you run the ball. Said my mic cutting in and out. Am I good? Talk to me. Somebody talk to me. Am I good, bad, what? I got to pat myself, like they said earlier, like a Baptist preacher. I'm getting hot up in this pulpit. I'm getting hot in the pulpit. Got to pat myself. I'm not understanding why you would not run the football, and you can. See, at first I thought it was a thing that you couldn't run it, but you can run the ball. It's not pretty. It may not get you 9, 10, 15, 20 yards every carry. You guys made a change at offensive coordinator. And don't let these numbers skew you about running the ball. Don't let these numbers skew you, right? Because you put the backup in and you ran the ball a lot more with him. I don't get it, bro. Then you come in with the third team quarterback running option. Do you understand option? If you're an option team, you have to master in it. You can't dibble and dabble in option play. It's like synchronized swimming. Everybody got to be on the same page or the picture gets real ugly quick. And you go to Pitt. Washington State scored in all three facets of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. Offense, defense, and special defense twice, and a kick return. Amazing. Amazing. It's amazing to me. Reggie for the $2. Coach used the stats on GameOnPaper.com. I don't know what GameOnPaper.com is. If this is some joke, I'm gonna be hot. I love you, Reggie, but I'm gonna be hot. I don't know what GameOnPaper.com is. All right, it's a bunch of stats up here. I have to look at it to figure out how to go. I've never seen this before, so I'll look at it in a second. I appreciate it. It's really intense, so I like this. I just have to look. I don't know how to read it just yet because there's so much information. But thank you, Reggie, for that. Thank you for future use. It's just so much. I don't even know what I'm looking at right now. Yards drop back 5. Okay. Thank you, though, Reggie. Guys, what Big Dog G? I know I'm not directing this at you. Do you think they make a bowl game? Y'all stop it. Stop it with the bowl game stuff. I don't know where this narrative comes up. And when I get back to that cult member and y'all get mad at me, and I'm not calling you Big Dog, I'm talking about the people who try to find any and every inkling, and there's nothing there. You have to win 6 games. Yes, there are teams that have 5, but there, in the words of Coach Prime, there is a plethora of things that have to happen, a multitude of things that have to happen in order for you to go to a bowl game with 5 wins. And this 4-win stuff, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I don't believe. Why would I want to see a 4-win bowl team? Let me just quickly tell you, and these are rules back then. If you don't win 6 and you win 5, that means enough teams did not qualify for bowl games. That's the first thing has to happen. The next thing happens is the APR rate, and it goes in order of who's the highest. And stop. I don't want to talk about bowl games. They did have a chance after tonight. Tonight is done. Leave it alone, guys. And Big Dog G, I'm not really talking about you. You brought the question up, so I'm answering it for all these people that still want to keep hope alive. Well, hope is dead. I don't think I'm still patting up here like I'm a. Somebody pass around the collection plate for Coach. Because I'm on my last nerve. I need to buy some new ones. Somebody pass the collection plate around for old Coach here. I'm back to the point where I just do not understand not running the football. I see if we begging for reverses, half back passes, half back reverse pass, flea flickers. We're not asking for trick plays. Shout out to everybody that was in the champagne room and they had a good time. 276 in the building. Guys, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as just want to say thank you to our sponsor for the night, InterstateSportsGifts.com, for all of your sports memorabilia needs. Anything you need, go check it out. All the information is down below in the description. If it's something on there that you see that you like, but you don't see it maybe in your team logo, give him a phone call, hit him up. Say, hey, man, I really like this. Can you get it in Colorado Buffaloes? Or can you get it in this or that team? Whatever. All 32 NFL teams, a bunch of college programs, and more being added daily. Baseball and all the other stuff. He got from baby bottles to car mats to signed helmets, football, anything you want. Make it happen. I'm supposed to tonight. No, they didn't. I hate to say this, brother. They never really tried it. I'm not understanding. I'm really not having an understanding. That first down, 2nd and 6, and just abandoned it. Jack Harris for the $10. Colorado is on a foundation of quicksand under coach. Wow. And I know he's sick. Hell, Coach Hayes sick. But he getting $5 million a year. I might make $5. Well, I just made 10. My bad. 12. Reggie gave me 2 and Jack Harris gave me 10. $12 tonight. And I'm sick. And it's 2:30 in the morning on the East Coast. That's not an excuse. Come on, dog. That's not an excuse. I understand. We sick. I'm sick. We all sick. And we sick of it. I'm just saying, come on, man. And I'm not saying Coach Prime is going to make an excuse. I'm talking to the fans. Don't make an excuse for what happened because he's sick. I don't even know why I'm this mad. I don't know why. You know why I'm this upset? I just said I don't know why, but then I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why, because I want to see those players succeed. I do want to see them succeed. But you got to give them a chance, dog. You got to give them a puncher's chance, a fighter's chance. But my problem, I guess, is I'm expecting them to do something different tonight that they haven't shown for 10 previous games. And that's my fault. I got to hold myself accountable and responsible for that expectation. Unreal, bro. I don't know. I just don't get it. Anyway, let me go to the phone line. We'll be here for a minute. I just wanted to build up. I wanted the queue to build up a little bit so we're not sitting around waiting. Ms. G said, Coach, you sip the Dion juice? Yeah, I've always been a Dion Prime fan. I've said that from the beginning, Ms. G. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. I want to see him succeed. I said, even in as old school, like they bring up my apology video, I need him to succeed. Like my mother said, my grandfather used to always say, God help those who help themselves. You got to start helping yourself, bro. And I asked this question. Everybody want to call Coach Hayes a hater. What happens when Shedeur Sanders breaks a shoelace? That's what happens. That's what happens. Now you want to be forced to run the ball? Oh, well, Coach, they had to throw the ball because they was down. So they weren't down that much at the beginning of the race. Jack Harris again, $10. Come on, everyone. Coach is fighting on, playing sick. Let's all send him some super chats. By the way, lots of CU gear now available at good. Oh, my God, bro. Y'all tough, boy. I'm putting that down. Appreciate the $10, man. Jungle Brother, what's up with you, brother? Anyway, I just like I said, I want to build us up. 587 come first. Talk to us. Give us a please. You have 2 minutes. Let's get this thing rocking.
Hello?
Yes, who am I speaking with?
This is Carter from Virginia, man. 757.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, just wanna, I listen to you and Big Dog, on the prime debates. I always lean about 50-50 with you guys, but today I'm with you. I don't understand. It's kind of egregious. You run the first play of the game, you get 4 yards, then you pass back to back 3 and out. Why are we abandoning the run game and then now D lineman the team offensive do it? Once again, why is Demore Kennedy not playing? He has to be better than Ham at least. I don't understand that. I don't understand how poor the linebackers are. We all know about the O-line, D-line, but I think the major thing is people who follow the team like you did, like who knew the roster. We knew this roster wasn't good. I think that TCU game kind of inflated everyone. We knew what this team was, but it is what it is. But my question for you is, do you let go Charles Kelly? And if so, who do you hire?
Oh, good call.
I think I gotta cut you off. I think in terms of OC, I think you go get that wide receiver coach from LSU, Cortez, and hire him. But DC, I would love to know who do you get at DC?
I don't know, bro. I will say this. Again, I don't know why Sean Lewis was demoted. All these fans on here can say what they want to say. This is now game 3, maybe 4. Game 3 with Pat Shurmur. I'm not knocking Pat Shurmur either. All I'm saying is I'm looking at identical stuff here. Very minute changes, which is fine. But when you make a demotion in play callers, it usually comes with a big difference in plays, right? The foundation is the same.
Correct.
The foundation is the same, but patterns may change up a little bit. I'm seeing the same exact plays that we've been seeing, which is fine. But what I'm not seeing is the run game. I just want to bring that up to say this. So if I fire somebody or I had to demote someone, it would have been Charles Kelly. If I was going to do it. Or the O-line coach, if I was going to do it. I go to say this. Do I think Charles Kelly will be back next year? I don't know. I don't think so. I think you're going to see a lot of turnover on this staff. You're going to see a lot of turnover. Not just because of Prime, but maybe some guys jump. Some coaches are going to say, hey, this ain't what I thought it was going to be. Let me see if I can find another job somewhere. And it happens. When teams are not doing well, coaches don't want to be tied to that. I have to be honest with you. They jump ship too because now you looked at a losing offensive coordinator. That's how you're getting looked at. So I got to hurry and get out of there too. The captain go down with the ship, not the first mate. Now, who to get for those guys? I don't know, bro. I can think of it right now. I don't know. I'll have to look, see who's getting fired, see who's on the brink, see who would even want to come to Colorado.
Quick question for you. 2 quick ones. Do you think if Chip gets fired, do you think Chip can land as an OC for Colorado?
You talking about Chip Kelly from UCLA? I don't think he'll go to Colorado. I think he wants to be a head coach.
Okay.
I mean, just think about it. This guy's been a head coach even in the NFL, right? I mean, of course, Pat Shurmur and those guys too. He's on the back end of his career. I don't know if he'll go to Colorado. I don't know. I was wrong about Mario Cristobal, but I don't know. I don't know if Chip Kelly would go to Colorado. It's always a possibility of the cash, right? But I think he'll be going for a head coach job. That's just my personal opinion.
My last question: How much of this did you put on Coach Prime?
All of it. You the head coach. At the end of the day, he gets all the credit for the wins. He got to get all the credit for the losses. That's part of being a head coach, unfortunately, right? When they win, nobody says, well, how much credit do you give to Coach Prime for the win? So everybody, he gets all the credit for W's. He gets all the credit for losses, unfortunately.
I will say I'm more disappointed in Prime and the DBs. I don't expect Kamari and Travis to look that bad. If you're bound to get beat one play here and there, the game's over. But like, it just seems like what has Kamari been taught?
He's young.
He didn't get beat that bad either.
But he's young. He's young too, right?
It's really the safeties.
Yeah, but he's young. You have to remember this. He's young. And those guys out there, some of them guys 5th-year seniors, some of them dudes 22, 23. He's 17, 18.
Yeah.
Well, he might be 19. I think he's an older dude. But I'm just saying, but anyway, I appreciate it, brother. Let me push on, man. Thank you so much for your call.
Yeah, appreciate it, boss.
Anytime, man. All right. Alex from Mexico. I hit the wrong button. Nick Bone, you jumped on. Alex, you coming next. Nick Bone, talk to me.
What's going on, Coach Hayes? I know you're tired, and I'm tired too. So I'm gonna keep this goddamn short and simple.
Go for it.
I feel like, honestly, man, I feel like a lot of people ain't answering the right question.
Okay.
They're talking about coaches changes and stuff like that. But honestly, I feel like it's gonna be crazy because I feel like just like they gained a lot of players in the portal, I feel like they're going to lose a lot of players in the portal. And my question is going to be simply, do you think Kamani and other players that are freshmen, that if they get other freshmen, could shine over them or get more portal players to try to start? Do you think they will lose those key guys who really could go somewhere else and play and possibly be on a winning team? Because, I mean, you seen what the dude did for the receiver with Arizona last week.
Mm-hmm.
And the other players that left, they were actually successful.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that Coach Prime don't have a chance, but I'm just saying, like, maybe the daddy ball is a little bit too much for some of these players, and they're starting to understand, okay, I only got amount of time to, try to give me a draft stock. Do you think he can retain those players, or will they go to the portal and have to depend on freshmen again? And transfer Florida.
Yeah,
players.
you're gonna lose. Listen, you're gonna lose some guys, right? You're gonna lose some kids that came to that program thinking they were gonna be the man, and that's part of it. That's why that's the gift and the curse of the transfer portal. The gift to Coach Prime in the transfer portal that he could replace 85 faces. The curse is
right.
A lot of those guys that's coming in, or those grad transfers who have basically unlimited amount of transfers, they can dip. Right? Why would I be a grad transfer and I got a freshman playing in front of me, or a sophomore playing in front of me, or something to that effect? Excuse me, when I can go elsewhere and play. So yeah, it's a gift and a curse. Do I think, he'll lose some guys in the transfer, he'll gain some guys in the portal as well. The biggest thing I've always said, you got to be able to get these recruits coming in as high school. I still think that's the lifeline of college recruiting right now, is the high school kid, because they grow in your program.
One last question. Where is Smoke? You can answer that on my hang up, man.
I can't answer. I got a t-shirt, free Cavassier Smoke. Somebody said that he didn't even travel. Bro, I don't know. We got to put him on the back of a milk carton, dog. Because here's my deal. Somebody brought up Demoy Kennedy. Demoy Kennedy, as talented as he is, he come in when Colorado was down by 32 points. And he run a 4-3 at linebacker. I don't even think I saw Trevor Woods tonight. Did you?
I mean, no. My thing is, man, I feel like he's going to end up having a hard time getting guys in, because they're going to be like, okay, well, what's the point of me going? Like, I can make one mistake and be out of the game, and we still be losing. Like, I feel like he's developing a losing culture at the end of the season, and it's kind of starting to look bad for him. And when it comes to this new season come up, like, I don't think nobody in their right mind would try to go play defense on this team. I mean, if the offense ain't even doing nothing. And Pac-12 ain't sweet. I mean, I don't understand, like, all these fans coming up here talking about the Pac-12 going to be sweet at the beginning of the season, and they didn't prepare themselves for this. Now they all sad and shit. But that's their problem, man. I'm just going to keep making money on these parlays and hope Shador keep going under, man. I won $375 tonight. I'm going to win another $375 tomorrow.
Hey.
Keep putting them in.
Hey, Netmo.
What?
Can Coach hold a little something?
Man, I gotta buy me some more deer meat, man. I mean, I can't go hunting right now, so I can't let you do it right now.
All right, well.
But let me get out of there, man.
Just put some on it, then.
Get on, Coach.
Just put some on it.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, dog. Be easy, man. I appreciate you. All right.
Right.
Yeah. All right, Alex coming up next. Alex. I meant to hit you earlier, but I hit the wrong button. Alex, talk to me all the way from Mexico.
I'm here. Hey, Coach, how you doing?
I'm
Coach,
good,
I
Alex.
think the Coach Prime legacy started shattering tonight. It's the Coach Sanders average football coach. It's the new legacy. He needs about 20 dogs, Coach, and like you said, he needs high school recruits. They need to get experience. He can get a few people from the portal, few players from the portal, but he can't depend on that portal. FSU has a great team this year. They had a foundation and they got a few pieces on the portal. I think you agree with me on that.
I do agree with that for the Florida State. Yes.
But I do think he needs about 20 dogs. I mean, I was just kidding about the legacy. I'm just trying to give these Colorado cult a little hard time. But I really do think he needs about 20. And another thing, what the hell is he doing? Fourth quarter, about 9 minutes left. They're losing 56-7. He's got Shiloh in there, and he's got Travis Hunter in there. What's he doing? I don't understand that. I don't understand it. That shirt you got on, free, I think you need to free Travis Hunter for him to go to Miami. We're a good program where they're going to take care of him. I really do.
I hear you. It ain't going to happen, but I hear you. Oh, shoot, I ain't hit your time.
But, I mean, what the hell? He's got him playing both ways. How many plays did the kid play tonight? And then, to add insult to injury, it's 56-7 and with 9 minutes left, and he still got him in there.
And remember, he just jacked his leg up. But, bro, he had just jacked his leg up to get him down to the 2-yard line. Like,
yeah,
that's the – can I be honest? Now, that bothers me. I have to be very honest. Kids, the game is out of hand. Like, he was off, what, 1-2 plays? And you put him – for what? What purpose? The game is not coming back. Like, we saw it after the big hit. He went back out there. We saw it when he came back from the injury after being off 3 weeks. He took the shot in the end zone. He was kind of a little bit. They put him right back out there. He tears his leg up. It doesn't tear it up, but he landed funny on his leg. You saw he was visibly hurt. Lays on the sideline for 1 or 2 plays, goes right back, and the game is out of hand. We saw Shador do that tonight. We seen Shador be hurt, and they constantly put them back in there. The kid is up there talking about his hand. He goes back out there, and then all of a sudden, he don't come back anymore. Like, what is the thing of the medical staff? I question the medical staff at this point.
Yeah, and I also agree with you that I think he's been hit too many times. It's like a boxer that's just so punched hit so many times that you need that. I think that's what's happening to Shador because he's gotten what he gets sacked 4 times tonight.
4, yeah. I think it was 4, yeah, 4. Yeah, it's too much, bro. To me, it's out of hand. Well, where's the kid's safety and all of that? Anyway, it's neither here nor there. But anyway, man. Yeah, like I said,
night, Coach. Hope you feel better. And
I am. I'm feeling better though. 10 a.m., man. 10 a.m. We're doing pregame, man. So don't miss it. Eastern.
Okay.
All right, brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I won't. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Anytime. All right. Good call right there. Frankie says, Coach Hayes, you shook your head at me. How you like tomorrow? I love tomorrow. Don't take the cheese, Frankie. Don't take the cheese. Cut it out. Nah, Frankie. You know I'll be wanting the smoke. Nah, Coach. You know I'll be wanting that. I'll be wanting it. Don't take the cheese. Anyway, 1555 coming to you. Oh, I'm sorry. 6095. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
Coach Hayes, it's Steve Kim. What's going on?
Steve Kim, what's up with you, baby? Talk to me, man.
You keep me very entertained here, and I think what happened tonight is giving Jason Whitlock content for the first half of next week. I think he might do a full show Monday and Tuesday on Coach Prime, and hopefully before the season is over, a certain T-shirt will be arriving in Nashville, and I think it's going to open a few eyes. But Coach, I just want to say one thing here. Isn't the mark of a well-coached team or a good job of coaching to improve the team as the season goes on?
Yes.
I mean, isn't that really something that you aim for?
Yes. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And so by that measure, it almost feels like for Colorado that September felt 10 years away. And I think here's the thing. I'm very neutral on the whole Dion thing. I think he's one of the greatest players I've ever seen. I think he's actually been very good for college football. We need guys that make people care. But the two questions that I would have with Colorado is he creating a culture that other blue chippers, namely high schoolers, would want to be involved in? And would they be assured that he'd at least be there for a few more years after his sons and Travis Hunter leave the program? And lastly, the one thing that I've noticed is that with the way his spotlight it shines so brightly and the way they conduct themselves, Colorado has a target on their back. So they're almost like every game to their opponents is like Alabama, except Alabama can handle it because they're Alabama. Colorado is not nearly a talented enough team, and you could just see how much Washington State really wanted this game, in addition to being senior night for them up there in the Palouse. So those are the things I find to be very interesting. I hope Dion sticks around a while because I think this is the great college football experiment. And, this was the story of September, but I think reality has set in Boulder, Colorado.
Yeah, Steve, but why I'll say this, man. Appreciate you calling in, man. Steve Kim, a.k.a. what do they call it? The Korean Kosel.
The Korean Kosel. I mean, I learned
Kosel.
from you a lot, but anyway, I'll take it off there. I'll be listening, Coach.
But I want to ask you before you go. But I do want to ask you something, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Steve, right? In the sense of what you're saying. I'm not upset if they lose games. I'm upset why you're losing games. See, when you're the first year, losing games is really not the issue. It is how you're losing games. Are you giving your players and here's the key now. I'm not even mad. Okay, hold on. Calm down, Hayes, because I'm upset. Hold on. It's not the fact that you're losing games, it's how you're losing games. And if I lose games giving players all of the opportunities that I can to try and win it, then I'm okay. That means the team I faced is just a better team. Okay.
Right.
Now, here's part two of that now. I'm not upset with the showmanship, if you want to call it, the flamboyancy, the cameras. I'm really not mad with that, right? What I'm mad is the cameras say one thing, the field says something else, and that's where the problem lies. See, if you brought cameras in, fine, and you go out there and we put it together, and that other team is just better. For example, UCLA's O-line, D-line was just better than their O-line, fine. But when you're not using all the tools available to you to build something, then you can't get mad if it falls apart. You can't use a screw for everything. You can't use a glue for everything. That's why carpenters use nails, saw, glue, right? What they call them, tongue grooves. Like there's so many different ways to put things together because everything has a different application, i.e. running the ball, passing the ball, screen game, deep ball, intermediate, play action. Everything has a place in it. But if you take out a huge element of this game, Steve, how do you expect to build a house?
Yeah, and Coach, to your point about the run game, which Jason Whitlock, a former offensive lineman, he'll tell you, like, he's been harping on this for about a month and a half, and their inability to run the ball or willingness has made them a real soft team. And tonight, and I've said this for a while, the offensive line is not good. There's not Nate Solder, okay? Andre Garrard is not walking through that door. But, Coach, Shedeur Sanders holds the ball a long time, and he almost looks shell-shocked. And so he's trying to play a version of hero ball where he feels like Caleb Williams at USC. I got to score 45, 50 points or we have no shot at winning. But Shedeur tonight looked like he was shell-shocked, and he kind of froze in the pocket, and I could just tell that maybe he said, I've had enough. The other point that your previous caller made, which I thought was really interesting, if you know that Travis Hunter is a future top 5 pick, he's your crown jewel, and you say to everybody, this man is like a son to me, I am going to protect him. Coach, you should not have him playing both ways in a 49-point game. Because if someone did that to Deion's son that was not Deion Sanders as a coach, you know he would not be happy with that. That is the truth. He had a responsibility to say, Travis, you're out. You're out. Let's go to Utah. We're good. You've done your part.
You've done.
There was no point in playing him at that point.
Yeah, especially after the kind of not. It wasn't an injury per se, but the way he kind of fell on his leg. You know, the way he kind of he came down with that ball. First of all, phenomenal catch. But yeah, you're 100% right, Steve. And those are the things that those are the two things that when people say I question why they don't pull the plug on certain things for the longevity of a kid's health. Right? There's a reason they
took his own son.
Yeah, but there's a reason they took Cam Ward out the game. The game was well in hand. Yeah. Right? It was well in hand.
Coach, can I tell you something? When I'm watching the UCLA game and they had that scene of Shedeur kind of leaned over on the bench after he'd been hit like 50 times, and I cover boxing, he looked like a fighter in the 11th round where a trainer should have said, son, you're not coming out. We're throwing in the towel.
Throwing the towel.
There was no point in bringing back Shedeur. He's proven his toughness.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that. And again, and I want to make one last point because I know you got a lot of callers. Coach, sure. I completely agree with you. You know, we're both Miami fans, and we know the way Mario wants to build it. I've said this about the transfer portal in terms of constructing a roster, if you can. And I know not every program's on equal footing. But in my view, I want the transfer portal to be like a protein bar. A protein bar is a supplement. You have it here and there, but you should not be eating a protein bar for every meal. If you want to go transfer portal healthy every single class where you're bringing in loads of Louis, I don't know if that's really sustainable. That's just my view about it. I think it has to be a protein bar that's here or there. You plug it in, fill the hole on your roster. You can't make it be your whole roster.
Yeah, you're right, Steve. I tell the transfer portal is a Band-Aid, right? And recruiting are stitches. That's the difference. That's how I look at it. Transfer portal, I got a little scratch, a hole, I got to fix something, put a Band-Aid on it, right? When you need stitches and you got to recruit that thing from the ground up, that's when you go down to the seniors in high school and you build your program through there. But yeah, Steve, man, I appreciate it, man. We'll definitely be in contact. We'll talk here 10 a.m.
Absolutely, Coach. Keep doing what you do.
Appreciate it, man. Hey, we're doing pregame 10 a.m. Eastern, man, for the Canes.
All right, absolutely. I'll be listening. Bye.
All right, thanks, brother. All right, man. Steve, appreciate it, man. The Korean Howard Cosell, as they call it. You can check him out. I know he's on Fearless with Jason Whitlock and does other shows with boxing and all of that kind of stuff. But we'll definitely hook him up. Yeah, that's where I am. I'll go on with the next call. It's 1555 coming to you next. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
This Big T, man, from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
What's up, Big T?
Man, not too much. Look, I want to pose a question.
Talk to me.
I want to put this out there.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible that Deion feels the pressure to live up to his own persona?
In which way? Talk to me.
In the sense that not running the ball. See, Deion's motto is, he's a coach now. He cannot be strategic like a Nick Saban. He has to go full-fledged, running gun, shoot down the field. So the patience aspect of it, that wouldn't be Deion. So now he puts everything at risk because they can run the ball. They had opportunities to, drop down, things like that. But is it that pressure getting to him because he wants to dominate? And by the dominating, what Deion say dominate, the score would have been the other way around. It would have been 56 Colorado, 14 other team. I think that could be, in a sense, getting in the way of the overall objective, because I even seen the kid from Houston, great running back, a freshman last year, Alton McCaskill.
McCaskill, yeah.
I'm saying that, McCaskill, I'm saying
yes.
that? Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. He hadn't even touched the field alive.
Yeah, well, he decided to go ahead and redshirt, so that's why you haven't seen him anymore. He played his 4 games, and he decided he wanted to use his red shirt And Coach Prime talked about that. So that's why he
Yeah,
did that.
absolutely. So me being from down south in Louisiana, just like LSU has a plethora of talent.
Mhm.
And I think what's happening is just like, our shoe closet. He has all these selections, but not everybody can hit that field. And I think there's going to be a problem in the long run because nothing is established. Are they a passing team? Are they a running team? Do they ball control? Things of this nature. That's very important to the player psyche, if that makes any sense.
No, it
Because
does.
Washington State, they didn't have a good offensive line either, but somehow, some way, these players are motivated when they play Colorado. They have a chip on their shoulder.
Well, because of the height, right? I mean, it's like anybody else, right?
Absolutely.
So I get that.
Absolutely.
I understand why people come in ready to play them. And I think Coach Prime understands why people come in because he has literally drawn the target on his own team through the social media. And there's nothing wrong with that. I want people to understand that. I understand it. I don't have a problem with it. I'm cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
Can I be honest? I would be cool even if they lost every game. It's how you're losing the games. That's where my issue lies. My issue lies if they would have came out and lost the game 56-14. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
But you're doing it in the same fashion. And I keep going back to running the football. You have to be able to run the football in college, in any football.
Okay.
And you can't, and when people talk about running the ball, people say, oh, they can't run the ball. They can. The key word is willingness to do it. And they cannot abandon it. Yeah, it's not 5 yards. It's not 3 yards. But guess what? 2nd and 9 is better than 2nd and 14.
Absolutely.
And most sacks are about 7 yards deep anyway. So 2nd and 9 is better than 2nd and 17. And to a lot of people that say, I'm not saying Shador does not hold the ball a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
But do you know why he holds the ball a long time? Anybody have a clue?
I'm not sure on that one. Tell me why. Why you think?
Because of the route combinations. If you look at why he's holding the ball, they're throwing 15-yard routes. They have to you have to remember, these receivers have to go from 0 to 15 before they make their breaks. He's holding the ball long because the routes are longer. But the O-line can't hold up for the blocking. Well, here's why. Because on 1st and 10, you take a sack, it's now 2nd and 17. How do I get that back? Do I get that back with a 2-yard throw and get a tackle for 5 yards? Now it's 3rd and 9 or 3rd and 12. Let's just say, I'm going to just show you simple. 1st and 10, I take a sack. It's 2nd and 17. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Peep game now. I throw a 10-yard pass. What is it now? It's 3rd and what?
3rd and 5.
3rd and 10. I'm sorry, 3rd and 7.
You said
3rd and 7. 3rd and 7. First down, take a 7-yard sack. It's 2nd and 17. I threw a 10-yard pass on 2nd down. It's now 3rd and 7. I'm afraid I can't do what? I'm afraid I can't what? Run the ball for 7 yards. So now I have to let them clear the route beyond 7 yards.
Exactly. I got you.
That's why the ball is constantly being held so long, because the routes have to get further down the field in order for them to do what? Convert first downs, because they're always playing behind the sticks. If you win first down, 2nd and 6, guess what? Do I need to throw a 15-yard route combination? No, it's 2nd and 6.
Mm-hmm.
I can throw 2 spot routes, 3 yards, 3 yards. Like, see what I'm saying?
Absolutely, I agree with you. I just think as you being in football, I'm being a former player. I know me personally. Okay, if it was myself, I'm gonna get on off the line after this. But if it was me personally, I would want a purebred coach. I love Deion Sanders as a football player. As a coach, I don't want a pastor. I don't want a motivational speaker. I want somebody who's gonna get in the trenches, tell me what it is. I don't need to quote nothing. I may have an attitude like Barry Sanders. I don't talk a lot. Let my play do all my talking. And I think we're getting caught up in the bling bling and not the win-win. It got to be something different because now we got to be producing NFL caliber players. And, everybody can't give a speech, but they sure know how to catch and throw and run it and tackle their ball. So I'll leave it at that.
All right. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for that, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right. Angel Serrano, 199. Should do it to the U. I will say this, and I'm not saying this because I'm a Cane fan. I'm being honest. If Shedeur Sanders played at the Miami Hurricanes, with the O-line that we've had, the kind of pass protection we've had, the defense that's been playing the way it's been playing, the running game the way it's been playing, that's all I'm going to say. All right. Let me go to the next caller here, 4326, 4326. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
What's going on, Coach?
What's up, man?
It's Keith from Augusta, man.
Keith, what's up with you, brother?
I can't call it. Now, let me ask you something.
Sure.
Do you think the Deion OC move to change OC, demoted, well, not demoted, whatever, you think that's looking more like a panic move now?
Me personally, no. I've been around long enough, and I may be wrong as the day is long. I tell people I don't know everything, but I think it's a personality conflict. I'm just calling a spade a spade. That's not, nobody told me that. I'm not an insider. I know some people there, but I'm not asking them questions about that. That's just I don't see the reason to take play calling duties from Sean Lewis to give him to Pat Shurmur, and you're pretty much running identical things. I'm not saying that Pat Shurmur would have come in there. You don't have time to change all concepts. What I'm talking about is timing of stuff. They still running screens on third down. They still throwing the ball on first down. They still not running the football. They still got the same. So what I'm saying is even the mix up of when you do things doesn't look different.
And you would think since Shedeur got kind of hurt, his hip, whatever, last game, that like they would call more run stuff. But it's like they just passed, and it's like, I don't know which injury on a player because I want everybody to be to the fullest of their abilities. But behind that O-line, you're bound to get hurt if you get touched. He got touched 3-4 times in the first quarter, man.
Bro, the kid been sacked over 50 times this season. 50.
I mean, you said about 2 or 3 live streams ago, if anybody supposed to get demoted was that O-line coach. Because I'm watching these tackles kick step. It's slow. It's bad. They're not getting people out moves. It's crazy to me, man. Every time I watch these guys, I appreciate my team a little more, man. And my last question for you is, what do you think the Colt members' excuse is going to be now? Because at first they was 3-0.
I don't know, bro.
It could be the world. You lost to USC and Oregon, and you're like, it's okay. We still gonna make a bowl game. We'll get into a high bowl game. Now with a bowl game out of reach, what do you think the excuse you're gonna get from the Colt members, and what's the positive they're gonna try to bring out from this year?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. They'll come up with something. I think they have meetings on Monday afternoons at 4:30 Eastern. I don't know. I have no idea. And when I say Colt member, I want people to understand. I'm talking about the foolishness, the stuff that's just unbelievable, right? The over the top, not the people that want to see Coach Prime succeed, see these kids. I'm talking about the flat earthers out there, that kind of stuff, right? You know, the people that would say, well, you know, it was 32 degrees there and the wind temperature was cold for those kids, like that kind of stuff. Like, but them kids from everybody talking about was Colorado. Like, I'm talking about the flat earther, Colorado Buffalo type fan. That the tinfoil hat wearing fans, them cats. Those are Colt members, though. Because, you know, I can see them saying something like this. Well, they weren't prepared because Coach Prime didn't have a speech prepared because he had the flu and he was taking NyQuil before the game, and therefore, you know, his motivation was down, like that kind of stuff. What?
It kind of be sad, man. It be sad, man. It's getting desperate out here. They need to get it together, man.
Yeah.
Everybody, I don't know, man. They keep trying. You don't understand. You're supposed to use the principal portal to patch holes. You don't make your whole foundation out of it. It's just a lot
but I'll say this to you. Hold on, but I'll say this to you though. I'm not mad that he did. He had to. I'm not mad that he did that. I get why he did it. If it was me, and having his background, meaning he wasn't afraid to do it, because I can tell you this. If his name was just Deion Sanders and not like Coach Prime and who he really was, and he was just a guy, and he did this, he would have been fired already. You want to know why? Because he had done something that no other coach has done, where you kick everybody off the team and start fresh. See, the regular coach can't.
And it was successful either.
And it wasn't all that successful. The regular coach can't do that. That's why they put that rule in place. But like Lincoln Riley took a lot of them, but not 85, right?
Yeah.
Right. So think about it. And they put a graphic up tonight. And so what I'm saying,
it's a lot of things you get away with.
Of course, because of who he is.
Deion, like, you can't really question Deion. So it's a lot of things he gets away with that most coaches, just him talking the way he talks. It just most coaches would be fired after they said some of the stuff he said.
I agree.
But since the whole he got a gold jacket, he didn't buy that type thing, you gotta respect it.
Got to.
But these last couple games, your secondary has been some of the shittiest part of your. It's like they picking on whoever they want to pick on. But it's Deion, so you can't question the cornerback. But it's like nobody's getting better, it seems. Like, what position group can you say on either side that you feel game by game has gotten better?
I'm with you.
Can't.
You can't. You're not really. Yeah, it's stagnant and it's hit a plateau. But yeah, brother, I appreciate it, man. Let me push on, man. Let me get a couple more calls. Been a long day for Coach. It's already 3:15 in the morning.
I know, man. I'm in Georgia, man. You take it easy, Coach.
All right, thanks, brother, man. Appreciate it. All right, real quick, I'm looking at some of the guys in the chat. Spaceships, what it says on Bankhead. What does that say? Coach, facts, Coach, I can't see. Oh, cooking. I guess that's a show. You cooking tonight. All right, perfect, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll just say this real quick. If Coach Prime would, let's just say Coach Hayes, and I went in there and I gutted 85 people off the team, brought in brand new people, and this was the result, I would have been fired. And most regular coaches, like when I say regular, not like Deion Sanders, the name, they would have been fired. And Coach Prime knows that, right? Coach Prime knows that. Here's a perfect example. Somebody said, oh, Coach, celebrities get more than 2 minutes? The way the world works, brother. So when Steve Kim called in, yeah, I gave him a little more grace. Why? Steve Kim. We all do it. Don't get it twisted. Now, if Steve just called in, a guy named just Steve, all right, man. And I give everybody more than 2 minutes because I'm soft like that. But what I'm saying is, it's funny how people point that stuff out. Wholesome, what's up, baby? Much love to you, man. We got to talk soon. But the guy put in here, Steve Kim, I'm going to see if I can find it. Yeah. Because of who he is, right? Same with Coach Prime. Coach Prime gets more grace because of who he is. Just that simple. That's life. Why do rich dudes go to hotels and I had to pay the bill? Because they celebrities. They got the money. They stay at the Ritz-Carlton. Comp the room. No problem. Comp the room. Just life, dog. Life unfair. It is what it is. But the average coach would not been able to do. Yeah, Lincoln Riley brought in 40. Mel Tucker brought in 40. That ain't 85, dog. That's the whole. Bro, there's 4 people on this team that was on the team picture last year. Think about that. It's way different. All right, got an interesting phone number here. All zeros, 0000. All zeros in the building. Call and talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
Hey, what's going on, Coach?
What's up, man? You got the most interesting phone number out here, man. Talk to me, man.
Oh, yeah, I've been had this number since I was in college back in 01, man. Yeah, this Kate Pitcher, man. I'm calling straight out of Ave in Georgia, home of the Georgia Bulldogs.
Oh, Lord. Hold on. Hold on. Excuse me. Hold on. Let me pause your time. You on your cell phone, right?
Yeah.
You on speaker or you got the phone to your ear?
Yeah, I got you.
You on speaker?
Yeah.
Yeah, do me a favor. Move your phone back about 6 inches from your face.
I got you.
All right, because I didn't want to slap it out your hand. Come on here talking about them doggone Georgia Bulldogs. Get that crap out of here, man.
Oh.
Set him up perfect.
Hey, I was just born. I was just born here. You know what I'm saying? So I got to root for the home team. I ain't got no.
I'm just messing with you, man. Go ahead, bro. All right, talk to me.
I know. I watch the show. Hey, I was just, you kind of hitting on it better. You might can explain it better to me because the way I understand it works, and everybody always talking about the portal or whatever. But the way I understand, okay, if you got 20 people graduate, so okay, you free up 20 scholarships. That's all you can bring on is 20 more people because you can't fire students. You can't fire a scholarship player. They either got to quit or get kicked off the team. So you can't kick them off the team. You can't fire them. So you can't just go in the portal and go crazy and bring in people. And everybody know you need at least 8 offensive linemen. So if you got 20 people leaving and you free up 20 scholarships, now I'm quite sure you know a lot more about this than I do. So what do you think on that situation?
Well, the rule has changed. So you don't remember the kids are not on scholarship for 4 years at their I believe Big Ten does it, but so those kids are on year-to-year scholarship. So that's one reason. So you don't have to necessarily renew their scholarship. Now, I believe the NCAA had a rule where a first-time head, like the first-year head coach at that school, could bring as many as he wanted, as long as they had room. I think now year 2 is a certain percentage. Don't quote me on what that is, but I know Coach Prime cannot do what he did this year next year. All right, that rule is in place.
Okay.
It's not like it used to be. All right, where it was 25 scholarships and such. That has changed. It is now, long as you can long as you have spot on your roster, you can bring guys in. You can bring as many as you want.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they've changed that.
Yeah,
they changed that rule. They've changed that
got
rule.
room on your roster to bring them in, right?
Correct. So I say all to say.
Okay.
So I say all that to say. Remember, sometimes like Coach Prime told you. He said I didn't tell him most people quit, but there were about 20 guys. He said that I talked to and said this is not the place for you, and he may do that this season. Hey guys, listen, buddy, this ain't the place for you. So I don't know what that number is for him. But remember, every scholarship is 1 year renewable. Like, so they don't have to bring you back.
Okay, so then if they hit the portal last year, they can't hit it again this year. If he said there's not no room for you, then what?
You know what? That's a great question. If they transferred in, like say a kid, I'm just using Tyler Brown, for example. Tyler Brown transferred in last year, and that's his one-time transfer. I guess he just doesn't have a scholarship. I don't know. That's a great question. I'm going to really look into it and find out. That's a great question.
So it's going to be a catch-22 when it comes to bringing all these kids in that everybody's expecting they're going to bring in next year. Now we got to rebuild up for the second time.
Here's what I tell people straight up. As parents, if there are any recruits, parents, or parents or recruits that their parents, whatever, this is where you have to do your due diligence. This is where you ask the right questions. Don't just listen. Ask the right questions. That's a great question you have right there. And I really don't have the answer, but I will find out. But ask the question.
Yeah.
You can literally call the NCAA.
Ever since
I know.
Hyping on about it, you know?
Yeah, but listen, you can call the NCAA and ask them, hey, Coach such and such said this. Is this true? It is what it is.
Okay.
You got to protect yourself, man. You know? So I appreciate it, brother. Let me push on to get through this deal, man.
Okay. All right, Coach, man. I enjoy your show, man.
Thank
I'm going to
you,
go
man.
subscribe.
I appreciate it.
All right, appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. All right.
Yeah.
Real quick. Oh, shoot, I just lost it. Fats from Uptown said, what grace was he given? It was up there for the longest. The grace of being 4-7 right now, guy roster, and probably not being fired. That's the grace. Because we've seen coaches get fired for 1 year. We've seen coaches get fired in 1 year. So yeah. I'm just saying that's the kind of grace I was talking about. Fats for time. All right, another interesting in the building. 7777 in the building. Call us, give us your name, where you call from. 7777. Wake up, going once. 7777 going twice. Oh well. Must have fell asleep. Get him up out of here. All right, 7899. 7899. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you call from.
Hey, Coach, this is Willie from Jackson, Mississippi. It's a good thing to talk to you again.
Good,
I love
Coach.
you, my brother. Yeah, and I was just waiting for this moment because your apology show.
Yes,
I know. I could read between the lines, but see, I'm going to give the odds and the primates a little. I'm going to give them. I'm going to give them a little taste of their medicine.
Okay.
Coach, I told you last year when they made the move that boy was holding the ball too long. When he was here at Jackson State, hold the ball all day. So I knew it was going to be a problem. I knew it was going to be a problem. Now, if he had stayed until them boys finished scholarship at Jackson, now stayed even longer, we're not even going to get into that. But see, I take much pride in seeing them getting their ass whooped every day, every game. I thought they would just win 3 games. They must not have won that 4th one. But next year, they're not going to win no more than 3 games. Deion going to probably get fired in the middle of the season. What coach do you know quit a school, take another job, and then able to coach in the bowl game? See, they let him do all this old type foolishness. And I'm glad they're getting their ass whooped. They're going to get their ass whooped next week. They're going to get their ass whooped all next year. They probably won't win 2 games next year. And y'all sitting up there talking about, oh, they're going to the bowl. You ain't going, no, they're going to the toilet bowl. Now, that fella could have did a lot of things if he'd have stayed in the HBCU world. A whole heap of things.
I agree with
a whole bunch of things. Could have made some things work. We could have had a super conference in the HBCU. But that's a discussion for another day. I love him getting his ass whooped, and I just wanted to come on here and rub it in the DDRs and primate faces. Let me tell you something, DDRs and primate people like Rocky, that call yourself a primate. You calling yourself a broad, a woman.
Who said they primates?
I just want you to realize that. Rocky, the cigar man, I think he smoked more than cigars. He called himself, he's proud to be a primate. He said, I'm a primate. You calling yourself a broad.
He's in the chat?
I ain't going to say the word I want to say. Huh?
He's in the chat?
No, he's not in. He done came on. He's on a couple of programs saying, I'm proud to say this. And they don't realize they calling themselves women. But I just want y'all primates cry in the car. Cry in the car because they're going to get their ass whooped again next week. And I love it all. I'm not like Coach. I'm not going to be sympathetic towards him. I hope he never wins. Bye.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. He came to say what he had to say.
Thank you, Coach.
Anytime, brother. Hey, I get it, dog. It's some of them Jackson State people, they still get it. I totally understand it because, you gave them opportunity when nobody else would, And it's hard to see somebody walk out knowing all of the good things that could have happened, but wow. All right. Let me go here. 7663. 7663. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
Hey, this is Kitwana from San Francisco.
Kitwana
Can
from
you hear
San
me, Coach?
Francisco. All right, debate.
Yeah. You be struggling with my name sometimes from the super chat.
I know. How do I
just
say?
wanna
I'm
say
sorry.
that-
I'm sorry. Hold on. How do I say it? Kitwana.
Yeah, perfect.
Kitwana. All right, got it. Kitwana.
Perfect.
And thank you for all the super chats. I appreciate those. Go ahead.
No worries. No, I'm just saying the trolls come out at night. You know, what kind of person marvels in somebody's demise? That don't make no sense to me. But
Well, I say this. Hold
how
on.
some
But I will
people-
say this. Can I say this? It's sport.
Yeah.
It's sport. And somebody has to win, somebody has to lose. So I won't necessarily call it their demise. Now, when Kevin Samuels died and the women were cheering that he died, that's the demise. But he lost a football game. So I get where you're coming from, but go ahead.
Yeah, and my thing is he well outperformed what people were saying he was going to be. Vegas didn't have him doing this good at all.
3.5.
He was supposed to get he was supposed to get stuffed with TCU. And the fact that he sold out every game, would he have been fired if he was just Joe Blow coach and he had this performance, selling out games like this, attracting 5-star players like he did with McClain? Would they have fired him? You think so?
No, but he attracted them because of who he is. And that's what I was saying earlier about celebrity, right? So his grace is the amount of money he's bringing versus the record.
Yeah.
So that's where the grace lies. So when I was speaking to the other gentleman, his grace is he's bringing a lot of money. Even though he's not winning right now, he's bringing a lot of money.
Yeah.
If he wasn't winning and not bringing money, that seat got real hot real quick. But go ahead.
Yeah. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing I want to say is that a lot of those games he lost, they gave those games away. The one thing that Coach said that I agree with is that the team was never clicking on all cylinders. They never played a straight game where the defense was clicking, the O-line was clicking, the secondary was clicking, the offense was clicking all 4 quarters. That never happened.
True.
And when that happens, I think we're going to see some things. And it didn't happen his first year at Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's just my thought. And what is your prediction on next year? How you think it's going to flow for him?
Sir, I'm not going that
and I'll
far.
listen on the air. Thank you, Coach.
But yeah, sir, I'm not going that far, Kitwana. I'm not going that far at all. I'm a person that I don't try to put the cart before the horse in football. There are so many variables that have to be answered. One, see, and this is where fans get in trouble, sir. Right? This is where fans get in trouble. You're already talking about next year. I get it. But you don't know what coaches is coming in, what coaches leaving, what players are coming in, what players are leaving. There are so many variables right now that are unknown, but yet we're already trying to talk about the ending when we haven't even started to write chapter 2 yet. We're already talking about what's the ending of the book, but we haven't even finished chapter 1 and don't know how chapter 2 is going to start.
Haven't even wrote the preface yet.
Exactly. And that's where the fan base gets in trouble. That's where the fan base gets in trouble. And that's all. That's not Colorado. Trust me, McCain's doing it too. McCain's already talking about, Coach, next year when Tyler Van Dyke leave and Emory come, Coach, we're going to be 10-0. 10-2. I know it's every fan base. But what I'm saying is fan bases get in trouble because they want the ending. They don't want to read the story. They don't want to embrace the process. They just want the end result. And that's where people get in trouble in sport.
Well, as a Raider fan and a Warriors fan, since I was young, when you're a fan of a struggling team, that's when the real fans come out.
You live in a world of hope.
The Warriors are something different now.
Yeah.
But I can remember when you went to the Warriors to see Kobe.
You went to the Warriors for Chris Mullin way back in the day when we were talking.
Yeah, but even then, you went to see these other stars.
I know, because they were bad then, even with Chris Mullin.
Right. Yeah,
right.
They were bad then. They had to offer you chalupas to stay in the seat.
Chalupas. Well,
if you stand in the fourth quarter, 3 chalupas from Taco Bell.
Oh my
I'm
God.
not lying.
I believe you. Well, sir, take it easy. I appreciate it. And I always thank you for your support, man, here on this channel, man. It helps us grow.
Love your show, brother. Keep it up.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
And,
all right.
And don't be so hard on Chico.
Oh, I'm finna give, Chico finna get these body blows Tuesday. Hey, matter of fact, I'm finna go stick my knuckles in ice, make sure I calm him down, man. Because, boy, come Tuesday, I'm finna give him these body blows, boy. All right. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, brother.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
4816. 4816. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from. 4816. Caller going once.
Oh, hey, Coach Hayes. This is Big J from Ohio.
Big J.
The Ohio player. What's happening?
That's right. I remember.
Yeah. Huh?
I said, yes, I remember the Ohio player. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was a tough night, but I'm going to focus on the positive right quick. All is not lost. I think if they beat ranked Utah team next week, hey, a fan can only hope.
Mm-hmm.
They still, have hopes. It's probable they have hopes for a bowl game because, like I said, since 2010, 20% of the teams have made it with less than 6 victories. I'm just throwing a bowl out there, like the Bahamas Bowl. They don't want to have a 70,000-seat stadium and only 20,000 fans come to the game. So, like I said, they know Colorado to put fannies in the seat, and it's about money. So all is not lost, but they got to win. So hey, besides that,
hold on, Ohio player, hold on, because
Yeah.
you're the only one on the line, so don't worry about the clock right now. So you're saying,
okay,
you're saying that the Bahamas Bowl, right, where they play.
Mm-hmm. I was throwing a bowl out there, but go ahead.
I would, but you think that Colorado can go to a bowl game right now?
Well, they got to beat Utah. Now, most of y'all going to say it's wishful thinking, but a fan can only hope.
But even if they do, let's just say they do.
dedicated.
Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. 2 thumbs up, they beat Utah. Let's say they beat Utah with a 5-7 record.
Yes.
You think they're going to a bowl game?
Okay, out of 80 bowl games, 20% of the teams since 2010 have went to a bowl game winning less than 6 games. Like Nebraska did a few years ago. So
what year was that?
Probable.
What years was that? What years was that?
It was 2015 with Nebraska. And they said since 2010, I got to, they said 20% of all bowl games since they expanded it to 80 bowl games, 20% of them have made it less than 6 wins that was eligible.
Okay.
So they had less than 6 victories. They said 5 victories. Just put it that way.
And the last team was Nebraska in 2015.
Yes, that's I don't know if that was the recent one, but that's the most noticeable one. For a big school.
Right. And
prominent bowl.
And that was 2015.
But, yeah, I just looked it up. I just looked it up, and so yeah, it is possible. And I've heard other people, mention it, so I had to do my own research, and yeah, that is realistic. Now, but they have, there's a lot of variables, like you said, got to come into play. But because of Colorado's popularity, it could be obtainable because they are exception to the rule because they can't put in the seat and they can make a lot of pay. It was jam-packed. That was the first time Washington State sold out for the season. And like UCLA didn't have no sellouts. They had a sellout when Colorado came. Colorado was bringing fans. Also, Shedeur got hurt early in the game. And I think that changed the whole complexity of the game. Had he stayed in, maybe the score would have been 42-28, Washington State, or maybe they had a chance to win it, because all the games been close except for the Oregon game. So I think that changed the whole complexity of the game when Shedeur got hurt early in the game. Also, I just saw Coach Prime's.
Hold on. You're talking kind of fast. Hold on. Let's talking pieces because nobody behind you, so we good. I'm about to get off here in a little bit.
Sure.
So you're saying that before Shedeur got hurt, the game was what now?
I said Shedeur got hurt early in the second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
I said, and I think the game was like 21-7 or 14-7. It was one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
And I said that had he remained in the game, I think it could have been a lot closer. Maybe 42-28 Washington State, or maybe they had a chance to win. Only one game, and that was the Oregon game, that they got beat soundly.
The rest of them was very competitive games, one possession games, like the Arizona game last week. So I think
You
if
think
Shador had
you think this game was close?
Yeah,
You
I
think
think the game would have been a lot closer, and that they coming out victorious. That is my personal opinion. If Shador had stayed healthy the full game, but Shador needs to understand that that's not in his own goal. On his blind side, he got to throw the ball a little bit quicker because he got caught, and that's what caused them to get stripped and a touchdown for Washington State. But that's neither here nor there. I think those backup quarterbacks of Shador, I see why Shador had to be tough. Like Coach Prime said, the reason why Shador has to stay tough and stay in the game, and he said it without saying it, because them two backup quarterbacks, they were just horrible. Let's just call it what it is. And and the portable will be, search for a backup quarterback for Shador.
So can I ask a question? We can say those guys
Sure,
are
go ahead.
We can say those guys are terrible, but this is literally this is Ryan Staub's first time playing except Nebraska, where he threw 2 passes. It's his first time playing all season. All season. Last time I saw him play was the spring game. I ain't never seen the dude with the mullet play, and the fact that my quarterback's wearing the fact that the quarterback wearing number 23, maybe unless it means something personal too, or he want to beat Michael Jordan. When he came out there, I didn't know who he was. And then they came out there running the option. Then they came out there running the option with this dude. I'm like, what is this? What is this?
I told you it was horrible. You can pick up on what Coach Prime say without him really saying it, because he tried to be nice. And Kamari McLean, and you even spoke on this. He said he was not ready. He wasn't doing film study. He wasn't practicing well. And it pretty much showed. That showed the genius of Coach Prime. He's been around this game either playing, commentating, or coaching since the 1970s. Since the 1970s. So Coach Prime knows what he's talking about. He said Kamari McLean, the reason why he wasn't playing was because he was not practicing or studying film. And like I said, it was picking on him all night. Like 3 or 4 touchdowns, I think he gave up, and he wasn't really tackling. He was trying to strip the ball, and he was up there grabbing, not tackling. I'm not going to say he was getting exposed, but he was getting picked on, and the teams were capitalizing on his inexperience.
Yeah, and I'll say this. Cam Ward came to play tonight. Cam Ward came to play.
Yes.
He whatever he ate, his Wheaties or whatever he ate, had him right on par. He didn't look shaky. He took care of the football, and he came to play, man. So I appreciate it, man. I got another caller in. I'll just let you ride out till another caller. But thank you so much, man. Ohio player, baby. Talk to
No problem.
Yes, sir.
All right. Talk to you later.
Yes, sir. All right. I'm gonna take this next call from my man KC3, who's a member. Please, if you'd like to call in, please do so now, because I will lock the phone line after this. Coach tired, boy. Been a long day. Been up since 6 o'clock this morning. So in 2 hours, it'll be 24 hours. And I am not feeling the greatest. And I'm going to get right back up and do a pregame at 10 o'clock for these Canes. So, KC3, what's up with you, baby? Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, Coach? Man, I see you out here still playing hurt, man.
Hey, they told me I get 80%, dog, if I get that what you call it, workman's comp, dog. So I'm out here getting that 80%. Talk to me.
All right, man. After this game tonight, I'm gonna need them to bump that to 95, because my man could have been getting some sleep.
Man, what? Hey, and I did the champagne room, man. We was in the champagne room, man. We was having a good time, man.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, I grew up in Colorado. I don't know if you know that. I grew up in Colorado.
Know that. Okay.
Watching this game for me, because I'm not a huge Colorado fan, but I do support the program. I got friends in the athletic department, and it was, to me, tonight was a glimpse of, for Colorado fans, I feel like they needed this to like a wake up to show like how much farther they need to go.
Right.
I remember hopping on the call earlier this year, and before the TCU game, after the TCU game, and I said it, I was like, look, man, like, you cannot, when you have an offensive line that you feel a little shaky about. You can't stop the run, you can ball. Anything can happen in these games. And tonight just showed to me just how special Shador Sanders has been all season. And even then, it's just Prime really got to go and find some trenches, man. Because I'm like, as an outsider who's not a fan of Colorado, I'm watching this and I'm like, you can't leave your son out here to get killed behind this offensive line. That was bad. I was like, is Washington State that good? I thought this was supposed to be an even matchup. That's what we said all week.
Bro, the
That's what I
defensive
heard you
end
say.
number
I
two.
heard other people say.
I watched number 10. That boy went and ate some power pellets or something. He went and talked to Mr. Miyagi. That boy came out the phone booth with a cape on. Listen, he come around the edge. I seen Big Tank. And here's the funny thing. They're not even using technique. Like, I hate to say this. If I'm a GM and I'm looking to scout these guys, I would be questioning because I'm like, does he have any real technique? They just run it by 60. Like if I'm scouting these defensive linemen, like they're not using a double hand swipe. They're using no technique. They just run it and tanking them like this. And they just run it right by. Savion Washington, they just run it right by. And what I'm saying is, if I got that much weight on me, I'm 300 plus pounds. Run the ball. Most of the pass rusher dudes, 220, 215. I'll weigh them by 80 pounds. Come on, man. But I'm tired of beating that dead horse. That horse is dead, buried, and gone. I'm not beating it. Next week, talking about Utah, I ain't talking about running the ball.
It's unacceptable, Coach. Like,
yeah, but I'm tired of talking about. I've been doing that 11 weeks.
You can't have 699 yards rushing on the season,
bro.
And we in week 11,
bro.
What,
bro?
You can't win like that.
Hell, Jaden Daniels had 600 yards by himself in one game at LSU. Shit, and you talking about 600 yards total, bro? Listen, man, look here. For 3 months, I've been talking about run the ball. I ain't doing it. I promise you. Utah next week, I'm going to talk about 100% passing. I ain't talking about run the ball no more. I'm done with it. I'm done. Because I'm getting too emotionally invested.
I joke around. I call them Hawaii, man. I call them Hawaii. You remember when June Jones was in Hawaii? All they do is throw the ball.
Yeah, with David Best and all of them. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But anyway, no, you're right, Casey, man. I just be to the point. Like somebody say, I care too much, dog. I know people call me a hater, and I laugh and play with that, and I'm cool, whatever. But I care too much, dog, because I hate to see these kids. I feel like these kids drowning, dog. That's how I really feel. From coach to coach, I feel like these kids drowning, and we just keep saying, keep swimming. And the life preserver is the running game. You see what I'm saying? Now, that doesn't mean they're going to win the game.
Yeah.
But it gives them a better chance of anyway, I just said I ain't going to talk about it. Here I go talk about it.
No, the thing is, I went to the Colorado-Arizona State game with my pops. And we were sitting in the stands and we're watching this game. And I tell him, I was like, man, if you refuse to run the ball and you can't stop the run, you'll never be able to blow a team out. Like, it's so hard to do. A team is never out of a game if you cannot run the ball or won't run the ball and you can't stop the run. And that's like the story of this season. And even going back to before the season started, man, I was like, Prime, my biggest question mark for him is you can't play football 7-on-7. That's not how this works. You have got to be able to find some kind of balance on offense and defense. And, man, defensively, I'm like, goodness gracious. Like, we can sit here and talk about the offense, but good Lord.
Casey, I'll
they
say
can't
this.
Stop a nosebleed.
Now, I'll say this. First, last. There's something in football called an optical illusion. I want you to understand what I'm about to say. This is what the optical illusion is. There's two things that happens in the football game. There's a first half optical illusion, half optical illusion. All right, hear me out. First half optical illusion, second half. First half optical illusions usually happen when a team is not that good and they get blown out in the second half. And people say, man, they was hanging in there the first half. You know, they just got tired in the second half. That's an optical illusion. They was going to whip they behind the whole way anyway. That's one. The second optical illusion is the second half. Blocking was better the second half. Here's the optical illusion. Because all the starters are not in the second half when you kicking somebody behind 56-7 at the half or 42-7 at the half. That's the optical illusion. So in your mind, you're like, oh, the blocking is better. In essence, you're right. But all them dogs ain't out there. There's a few puppies out there. If you go really look at it, they sprinkle the puppies in because you don't want all your dogs out there getting hurt, i.e. Travis Hunter, when the game is clearly out of hand and you got this kid about to snap a doggone kneecap in half. That's the optical illusion. So there's a first half and a second half. The first half is when you see teams like, say, no, this is not the FAM, but FAM, you play Miami Hurricane. And the score in the first half is 24-6. Oh, they hung in tough. And then at the end of the game, it'd be 70-16 or something. All right. And then the second half is
I'm with you.
Everybody wears the same color. That's why it's probably hard to tell. But a lot of those guys out there, when you blowing the doors off of somebody, usually because they're not the real starters. Usually. That's all I was saying. But Casey, let me jump out of here. I'm finna lock this, man. I got 2 more calls up in. I'm getting break camp, man. Coach got to go back.
Hey, man. And like the sister.
Man, if I do that, I ain't getting up.
Back at it in a few hours.
If I do that, I'm not getting up. But anyway, I appreciate it, Casey. Thanks, man. Conference, we got 2 more
Conference has been locked.
Look at Biz. Look at that's what I'm talking about. Facts. My son plays soccer. When they're 4 up, secondaries play. Starters all come out in rotation. And I guess that's Little League, Biz. Dang, Skip Bayless Jr. Nah, coach, if you die, you die. Dang, dog. You gonna Rocky Folk me, man? Let coach live a little bit. Let coach live a little bit. All right, let me go to the next caller here. All right, we got 2 left. 8588. 8588. Caller, talk to me. Give your name, where you calling from.
Yo, what's up, coach? What's up, coach?
What's up? Who am I speaking with?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, this is Fat. Yeah, my name's Fat Boy. I called him before. He had a little rebuttal about the nose, canes, but
okay.
You know, with the CU thing.
Hey, do me a favor. You got me on speakerphone or Bluetooth? Is a big echo, man. If you could take it. If you could talk regular, it'd be great.
It's a big echo.
Huge echo, man.
You hear it better now?
Oh, that's 100% better.
Yes, yeah, so my bad. Nah, bro, but no, they with CU the issue. I'm like getting mad at people like CU fans or Dion worship, whatever they call it. They get mad about little criticisms you see. You know, little things we can criticize as people who have been coaches.
Sure.
On any type of level, you can still see some of these flaws. You know, within the stuff he's doing, pretty much. Like you brought up a point with Travis Hunter. You down by 30-some plus points. Why is Travis Hunter in the game? Why is he playing both sides of the ball? You know, stuff like that.
Right.
And everybody want to critique and go off on his offensive line and stuff. It was an instance like early in the game. I don't know if it was the back of who it was. They was moving that ball quick. You know, quick passes, short passes. They weren't holding on to the ball too long. And that's the best they looked all night. And I don't know why they don't do more of that. Because they came out running the ball. You know, and it's like if you'd have did that, you might would have had a better chance of him not getting killed.
Right.
You know, in that first quarter. But people like they always come out, oh, we need a new offensive line. I'm like, man, that's gonna take 2-3 years. And me as a Knowles fan, we just happy they can block now. It took us 5 years to get there. You know, we couldn't, you know, the recruiting and all this other stuff. It's gonna take time to do that.
Yeah.
So people who be like, oh, we're gonna change this. This is not a guaranteed fix. Y'all gotta hope y'all win at Utah. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, it's like, man, look, he may be having this problem for a couple of years. Guess what? That's a position that takes time to build. They got decent backs. They got decent receivers. They just don't have the trenches, and he knew that going over there.
Yeah.
You know, going into that. So, like, some of the statements he made about he got a Louis coming and all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he put that target on his back when he said that.
Sure he did. He painted
it
himself.
A lot of things he put out there. He put a lot of stuff on himself. So when you go out there talking like that, I understand people are like, oh, they beat TCU. Well, look at TCU now. What's their record? Are they even bowl eligible? I don't even know what their record is.
Yeah, I have no idea.
You know, yeah, but it just stuff like that goes to you be like, they came out hot, but this is what they, like you said, them illusions. You know that, like, they gave an illusion like they're going to be great, but they are who they are. You know, they're showing who they really are.
Yeah, and they've been. And can I say this? One thing about Colorado, they've been consistent of who they are. Like I said,
right.
Every game that they've won by 3 points, except for Colorado State, which was double overtime, which was a full touchdown, and then of course they beat Nebraska 36, I think 14, something like that. But other than that, Arizona State last second field goal to win it. Arizona last second field goal to lose it. I mean, that's the kind of team they are, right? In essence, that's what it is. And I'll say this. I brought this up earlier in the pregame, and I'll bring it up now. People want to bring up this 1-11. And I understand that. But right now, they are still consistently who they've been for the past, I want to say it was 2015. They were a 10-win team. But after that, they won 4 games, 5 games, 4 games, 5 games, 4 games, 4 games, 5 games, 1 game. Right? Like, so what I'm saying is they are still consistently, as crazy as it sounds, crazy as it sounds, all these big changes. I know this is going to sound crazy, and I didn't really think about it until I looked at it. Right? And let me look at this right quick. When I look at here, Mike McIntyre was a 10-win team. Then Mike goes 5. He was 10-4, right? He was 5 down in 2016. He was 10-4, 17, 5-7. Then 5-7 again. And then Mel Tucker comes and takes over, goes 5-7. Right? Mel Tucker's there 1 year. Then Carl Durrell goes 4-2 during COVID, 4-8. And then he gets fired on a 1-11 team. And right now, Colorado is 4-7, possibly going to be maybe 4-8. So they're still right on par with what been over the past at least, 8, 9, 10 years.
I really don't. The program, it didn't matter if they switched the coach or not. Because next year, I'm pretty sure they will win more than 1 game. But it's like, man, look, you can, even at Jackson State, like it's a different level of ball. But I'm like, he didn't win. Like, he won the games he's supposed to win. He supposed to not never lost, but a couple of them seasons with his son and the teams he had, he shouldn't have not lost to any of those MEAC schools, SWAC schools. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't win the big games in those, and when they lost, they lost. So when it comes over, it's like this is first year I give him that, but next year I still don't see them unless everybody just want to transfer there and they're getting, some top-notch linemen who's already ready.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really see much changing. I just don't really see, they might make a bowl next year or something because people be thinking 10 wins or something. They're like, man, y'all crazy.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the last time they won 1 game was in 2012. 10 years ago. Since 2012, when they were 1-11, the following year they came back 4-8. Then they went 2-10, 4-9, 10-4, 5-7, 5-7, 5-7, 4-2, 4-8, 1-11, and possibly now 4-8 again. What I'm saying is They're not like when people say 1-11. I think people are thinking they've been 1-11 for the past 6-7 years. No,
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
I know, but most people are thinking when you hear 1-11, that program. Now, I'm not saying the program was good, but they haven't been on a 1-win team. Last time they won one game was 10 years ago. I mean, that's not good by any stretch, but they're still on par for what they've been doing. But yeah, man, I could go on about that forever. But yeah, man, I appreciate
Can I
it.
ask you one question?
Yeah, go ahead. And
Can
I
I
get
ask
this
you one
last
question,
call.
though?
Talk to me.
Do you think, like, this is a hypothetical, do you think Deion should have waited a year
To do
with
what?
the jobs that's open? You know, because I'm pretty sure if he waited a year, this Texas A&M job would have probably still had opened up.
No.
And
I'm gonna tell you why.
You don't
No.
think so?
I'm gonna tell you this. One thing
I'm
about coaching, you can't ever assume what's going to happen. We can always really truly Monday morning quarterback that. You take opportunities that present themselves, and is it the right fit for you? That's just how I believe. Like we could always say, man, if I'd have just waited one more year, I could have. Yeah. But guess what? You wait one more year, and it's not. Like, dang, I should have took that. So when it's coaching thing, man, you take what's out there, you take the opportunity, and you go with it, and you make the best of it. But look at it. Look at Colorado. Look what Colorado did for Mel Tucker. See, people know how hard it is to win at Colorado. Think about what just happened. It's not easy to win at Colorado. What does it do? Colorado is a job, I think. It's a job where you get your feet wet in Power 5, just like Vanderbilt, right?
Okay.
Every conference has that. To me, every conference has those teams. Colorado is the get your feet wet team. Go there, get you some P5 experience. If you do halfway decent, it proves you can coach. Then go look at Mel Tucker. He goes to Michigan State, changes, gets an $80 million contract a year later. Right?
Right.
Look at James Franklin. He goes to Vanderbilt, turns that around, right, as best as he could. He gets a job where? Penn State.
Penn State. Yeah.
So he has to take that job. Let's be honest. Do you think Texas A&M would have hired Deion Sanders out of Jackson State? No.
You know what? Now you can put logic back in my brain. You right.
Yeah.
That was a hypothetical because I see people be, they throwing our coach at Florida State name and hats. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh no, Colorado. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Colorado's not even on, Miami, Florida State, Texas A&M level to even, you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
I was just thinking, like, you know what? Maybe because he loved Texas so much. I'm like, man, that might would have been a job for him. Maybe in a couple of years. Who knows?
It may still be. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Guess what? Let's say Mike Norvell goes from Florida State to Texas A&M. Now Florida State is open. Who knows? Who knows? Mike Norvell don't have an allegiance to Florida State. Ain't like he played there.
Yeah, but I doubt it though.
I know.
That's one of the ones I don't think.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I get what you're saying.
If that cash right, bro, you'll lead too.
You're right. They did it to Jimbo. Jimbo should have stayed.
Nah, but Jimbo knew. No, Jimbo knew they weren't gonna build no facilities. You know that.
But they got it now.
They got it now. See,
but
the problem is because Jimbo brought the light to it. See, a lot of people think if you stay in, it's like you at your job. You can complain to your boss every day. Hey, boss, man, we need to do this over here. Man, we need to do this over here. He like, yeah, all right, keep working. Yeah, all right, keep working. Yeah, all right, keep working. But when you leave and you bring light to it, now the next dude come in, he like, hey, I don't mind taking a job, but are y'all gonna be building some facilities over here? See what I'm saying?
You're right. No, but you're right about that. No, you're right. Jimbo was because nobody was talking about it when he said something about it. They knew they had to get something.
Now it's in the light. Exactly right. Yeah. But I gotta push on, man. Let me go on and get to this last call. But I appreciate it, man. Great call, bro.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, man. Angel Serrano, 199. That offensive line, big for nothing, coach. God, no. A BFE, big for nothing. All right, 50-55. You the last call of the night. We about to join. 50-55. Talk to us.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Who am I speaking with?
So my name is BJ.
Okay.
I just saw you. I just came across your live tonight, so it was refreshing to hear you talk about it.
Appreciate it.
So I just have a few things to say. So uniquely, Yeah, I'm from Tallahassee originally, but I've been here in Colorado. Went up here at college, CU, graduated, been here for 18 years.
Okay.
So uniquely, familiar with Dion and CU, and you know, I try to offer constructive criticism, and I think Coach Prime, I think he's not a bad coach. I just think some of the nuances in coaching and game management, he fails. He's not good at it yet because he's a young coach.
Mhm.
But I'm afraid if he doesn't get the right coaches around him, and like I'm not talking about yes men, I'm like guys who can hold him accountable. He may have issues improving the team. Like he has to get better with his patience. Coaches typically are uniquely patient, but not at the same time. I just don't see the patience with Coach Prime.
I'll say, what's your name again, sir?
BJ.
BJ. Yeah, I'll say this. I've said this before. I said one of the things that Coach Prime, in my opinion, and this is not a knock, this is the reality of life. He has to learn how to be a Power 5 head coach. I would say the same thing about me. I've never been a Power 5 head coach. If I got a Power 5 head coach job tomorrow, one of the things I will have to learn is how to be a Power 5 head coach. There are some similarities, but there are a lot of things that's different. There are a lot of politics. There are a lot of nuances that are totally, we're not talking about the game. We're not talking about how your philosophy, but how you maneuver in that world, right? It's way different than you maneuver at Jackson State or at Trinity Prep, right? It's just like me. It's a totally different world. And so there is a learning curve there, and he'll get that. I think he's a bright dude. He knows how to ask the right questions. He's got a lot of people in his Rolodex that he can call, especially a guy like Nick Saban. So I think he'll be fine. But the people have to give him time, and that's what I've been telling him.
Facts. And the thing about you mentioned earlier. So when I came here, our coach was it was a coach and his son was a quarterback. What was his name?
The coach
He
was
was
who?
from Boise State, Dan Hawkins.
Okay.
So when I was in college here, Dan Hawkins was our coach. And similar situation where, head coach, son was a quarterback. And like you mentioned before, Colorado is a jumping type job. And, luckily for Dion, like in Colorado, we don't really want winners. We just want you to put a good product on the field, represent the university, right? And we're gonna mess with you. We're not gonna run you off.
Right.
So he has the leeway to run his show here. At Texas A&M or any other Power 5 spot, he won't be the biggest, dude in the room. He'll be told, how the program should run. So I think it benefits him to stay here at least a couple of years to get his feet wet, like you mentioned before.
That's true.
Because once you go to the big boys, they're not going to be as patient as Colorado.
And now you make a very valid point, BJ. If you are a coach who wants to do it your way, then you have to go where expectations are not as high. If you're a coach, right? If you're a coach, and when I say do it your way, I'm saying what Coach Prime is doing. But if you're a coach and you want to do all this, all right, but you better win now because that tolerance level real short. Bro, if somebody is willing to pay $77 million to tell you to go home, what is that telling you? Think about what I just said to you. I am willing, BJ, I am willing to give you $77 million to get off my phone right now. That must mean I really don't like you, bro.
That must got a lot of money.
But no, but regardless if you got a lot of money, is that a smart business move or is that an emotional business move?
That's emotional. That's pure emotions.
$77 million
that means
home?
You want expectations yesterday.
I agree, but what I'm saying is, let's be real. It's coaches that have been fired for less. I mean, Jimbo, the expectation is high. Don't get me wrong. You're 100% right. All I'm simply saying is, man, we talking a lot of money to somebody to the house.
That's just shut up, pretty much. Get out of Dodge.
Think about it. You 6-4, and you fire his behind after whipping somebody 51-10. Damn.
You know, Jimmer lost. I think Jimmer lost that job after he lost to was it Tennessee? It was
I guess
he lost to. I think he lost to the SEC team. It was after the Bama loss, but it was. But anyway, and I would just say this too, and I don't want to take much of your time.
Sure.
As it pertains, like as it and just last season, there's a reoccurring theme to me with CU where, like, they're smart. Like the OC that stepped down. I forgot his name. He was at the Broncos here a couple years ago. They let him go.
Pat Sherman.
He's a smart dude. Yeah, Sherman. He's a smart guy. They know football. On paper, they know football. It baffles me how me and you sitting here on watching the game could see run the ball more. Just I don't care if you're successful or not. Just run it. Make the defense play the run and the pass. Have them second guessing. We can see that from our couch. It's puzzling how the coaches don't see it. Either there's a reluctance to do it because of stubbornness, because when they are willing to run the ball and commit to run the ball, running the ball is easy. You just got to be willing to do it.
And be patient.
It's a numbers game.
And be patient.
Right?
Yeah.
Be patient. So, like, what is your opinion on that? Like, why do you think there's a reluctance to run the ball?
Bro, maybe I'm gonna only say this, and I've said it earlier in the show. I really don't know, but maybe Coach Prime said that one thing he learned about himself was patience, and maybe running the ball. See, you don't have a very explosive running game, but you do have a running game, and that running game is not explosive like maybe your pass plays. So maybe that's where the patience needs to begin. I don't know. That's the only answer I could give. So maybe he can start learning his patience. But hold on.
Not to interrupt you. But even by running the ball, you slow down the defensive pass rush.
Yeah, but you're not thinking like that. If you think that I can outthrow you, see, sometimes, you ever seen the guys I'm not a basketball fan, but you ever seen guys that just like Steph Curry, right? If I got a guy like Steph Curry, maybe if I'm the coach, I feel like Steph Curry could shoot me out of any deficit, right? Steph Curry could just hit these threes. He don't have to be right at the line. He could be 5 feet from the line, 7 feet from the line. He can shoot me out of this deficit. And maybe that's what he's thinking with Shador. He can throw me out of these deficits. But
so you think he thinks Shador's skill set can offset their deficiencies?
I'm only assuming, bro. I'm only assuming.
Okay.
That.
And then I was thinking this too, like when you're an offensive lineman, like if you're pass rushing, your first step is backwards. So you're receiving somebody's blow. Like you're receiving the defensive end, right? Sometimes it just does something to offensive lineman. If you're running the ball, your first step is forward. So you get to deliver the blow. You know what I mean?
Football ain't that hard.
Receiving, like just for the psyche of that offensive lineman to make him feel better, to give him energy. Go pull and take out your energy on this linebacker. You know what I mean?
Listen, I'll say this in conclusion, BJ. I learned this a long time ago when I first started coaching, right? It's called football philosophy. You ready?
I'm listening.
Always remember this. Offense job is to go where the defense is not, and the defense job is to go where the offense is. Just that simple. That's simple. That's football 101, dog. And so with that being said, BJ, I appreciate it, but it's like I said, it's 4:11 in the morning. Look, you heard me at 4. It's 4:11 in the morning. So I'm about to lay it down, be back up in the at 10 a.m. Eastern here we got a hurricane pregame. And we got some noon kick. We got to pluck some of these Cardinals around here. They've been chirping up there in the tree. But yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. I'm glad you had a chance to stop by and come check out the show. You first time watcher?
Yep, I was watching the game. After watching the game, I was looking for press conference. In Google, I put like Coach Prime post game press conference, and your channel was the first thing to come up.
All right,
I saw
man.
a black face. I clicked it. I subscribed. I'm probably going to join here in a bit. So, because you don't see too many, black people being, critical and knowing what they're talking about, on the football scene. Most of the time, it's emotional and it's idolizing and fandom. I like critical thinking and somebody who can kind of think their way through the game.
I appreciate that, man. Well, make sure you check out the rest of the channel. We got a lot of stuff coming. Like I said, we do more than just the Colorado on here. So, like I said, man, I appreciate you doing that, man. And I guess the algorithm is working, man. So, BJ, I appreciate you and thank you, brother.
All right, have a good one.
All right, you too. Bye now, you too, brother. All right, man. Found a new friend, man. Right there, due to the algorithm. So, with that being said, hey, over 500 people been here. We got 469. Thank you guys so much for coming by, hanging out with us. Coach tired as he could be, but I'm finna go get some more of this cane juice. And it's biting. So I'm finna go get some more of this cane juice. But anyway, thank y'all. Appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe button as we're on the road to 38,000 subscribers. So let's hurry up and get there. We're trying to get to 40,000 before New Year. A little bit less than 2 months to do it. So make sure you holler at us. And with all that being said, Coach will catch you at the 50-yard line. Peace. Somebody pass me my cane juice. You run the damn ball, man. All you gotta do is run the doggone ball. God dang, coach. Well, he's trying to go bowling, man. Trying to go recruiting. Need some players. Dang. Free smoke. Free my dog Smoke. Dang. Cavassier Smoke.